My name's Sofia Abdinur. I'm a politician. I'm a wife. I'm a mother of 3, and I have adopted more than 100 children. I'm a mentor. I'm a human rights defender. I'm a social activist. I sensitize the community largely on issues to do with women empowerment, girl-child education, so that the community can appreciate and accept a woman to be a woman and a girl to be a girl. My story is a story of many women, not only in the Somali community, but in the entire world. I'm a firstborn of a family of 22, and the primary school I went to was a place where there were no constructions. We were learning under trees. At the age of 5 or 6 years old is when I met with a woman who was to circumcise me. In the morning, I could see many movement, not the usual movement. The women came together, we were called, we were playing around. So we were told, today it's going to be a special day for you girls. So we were very happy, thinking that today there is something special that is taking place. We were not told there would be circumcision taking place. When I had any girl taken to the room was crying, I was panicking already. So when I went to the hut, I was taken by 2 women. The other 2 women were seated there, plus the circumciser herself. They hold me. So when they hold me, they did what they could do. Then I was taken out to, there was a line where we could sit on top of cartons. One woman was saying there's a lot of blood coming from these girls. The circumcisers were saying, no, that's normal, leave them. It's okay. So once they were through, already one lady was just too weak, very weak. And the rest of us, they had to go and do some herbs. Then they started, plastering the herbs on our wound to stop the bleeding. So after that, the lady died. We could hear people crying. We didn't even know the meaning of death then. People crying, the mother of the girl crying. We had a lot of things. We were in a, with the pain, with the cry, with all these things. It was something that I could not comprehend. When I was around the age of 11, I was taken to a boarding school because that is the only place where we could get some structures and some teachers. From there, I completed my class 7. I was taken to a secondary school and finished my Form 4. I went to the Teachers Training College. I finished, I came back to the community. Then from there, this is when I came face to face with reality check now. When we went out to the pastoralist community, I found the way they were living, the hardship they were going through, and all the problem that women were facing. Fetching for water, looking for firewood, building houses, delivering under very difficult circumstances, female genital mutilation being practiced in a big way. And this is the time now I reflected back. I came back to my mother, asked her, what happened. And my mom narrated all the story that happened when I went through female genital mutilation. Now I said this will be my pet subject because I was about, it is only God who gave me this opportunity to live. I went round to my friends. The ladies were educated in Garissa, and I told them, well, we have some work to do. Can we sit together? Can we even start an organization, or can we form a group that we can go around talking to the people on this? Because people are dying and we are looking at it as ladies. And if we do not talk, we will not have any other person to come and talk on our behalf. And the people who are suffering are the women and the girls. They accepted. We came together. We formed a women's group. Now that is 1989, called Idil Women Group. Idil means complete. We chose the name because we said complete. A woman must be complete the way God has created her. So we went out. Then people ask us, what is complete woman? A woman who has not gone through female genital mutilation is a complete woman. Once you mutilate her, she's not a complete woman. The traditional governance systems, the structures, now had to sit down and say, these women have a problem. We were all coming from different clans, so they were told to go and talk to anybody who is coming from your clan and tell them not to talk about female genital mutilation. So some of our group members dropped out along the way. We sat down and developed a program of how to work with the doctors, how to work with the women, circumcisers, how to work with the sheikhs, and we started with the doctors. We sat down and we felt we needed the doctors to talk about the complication, because they have seen many women who have gone through their hands. They have seen many young girls who have gone through their hands. So the first meeting we organized for the religious leaders. So we called the religious leaders, about 50 of them, and we called the doctors to come and talk to the religious leaders and tell them the problems they have encountered with the women, that men are not privileged too. The horror is a real thing. I do experience it to date. And you see here is the Garissa General Hospital, is where I gave birth to my first child. And I went through a prolonged labor. I was brought to the hospital on a Wednesday in a labor pains. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday is when a doctor, a Ugandan doctor came, and he now took me to the theater. And he said he could not do cesarean operation because the child already went to the canal. So he used a vacuum machine to remove the child. So he cut me on several places, and they used the machine to push the child out. After that, I became very weak. I could not move for about 3 or 4 months. Because of the wounds, I could not even hold my baby. It was my mom who could always sit with my child. I could only give the breast milk while even lying on the bed. So it was very, very painful for me.
Request Sofia Abdi to second. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
When I went to the National Assembly, I had a dream. And my dream did not ever stop for empowering a woman and the girl child. We sat as the Kenya women parliamentarians. So we organized ourselves, we formed the team, and we had JB Kilimo as the chair and myself as the vice chair. So once we drafted the female genital mutilation bill, we went out to look for supporters who could support us, now partners. We went to UNFPA, and we went to UNICEF, and we told them we have this bill, but we want your support. Bring the men and bring a resource persons who could educate them on the effects of female genital mutilation. More than 5,000 girls have gone through the institution. But besides that, if you combine with the other girls that we have reached outside the institution, then there are many girls within Garissa town that we were able to reach during this period. Female genital mutilation. Good ma sama. Maxaan dhahnaa gudmada diinta may ogosha. Then when they're sleeping is when early in the morning when the girls are taken away from the village and they're taken to outside the village where they make for them a makeshift and they do the circumcision out there. So it is not like any other community where you do this because of a ritual for, you know, passage to other age groups. This is something that is done when you are a tender child. It is something done very secretly. Thousands and thousands of girls and women lose their life through female genital mutilation every other day. Then when I took to the floor of the house, everything came from inside. You know, I immediately felt the pain that I was feeling throughout my life. And I felt this was the right opportunity for me to express all my emotion from the heart. And I broke down when I was explaining. Lucky enough, when I did that, the men even who wanted to oppose, who were seated in the house, said, we will support this. And immediately they said, the movers should be called and we approve this. And that is how the bill was approved. I'm happy that today we have a law that is against female genital mutilation. I'm excited about the whole thing. But remember, this is a deep-rooted culture. And legislation or without legislation, it is still continuing. That is the sad part of it. Then implementation of the law is a challenge. This is a law which was enacted in 2010. To date, the law enforcers do not know about the law. The chiefs do not know about the law. There are many people, even in Nairobi, if you ask them that law, they do not know.
So we have a lot of challenge we are facing as an organization, particularly with our girls. We take them to schools in Embu, we take them to schools to Meru and those places where they are not known, so that they do not feel that there is a problem. When they go to schools that are near here, they get, you know, people tell them, you people who are not circumcised, you are not clean.
UNFPA, UNICEF have a responsibility, womankind have a responsibility of doing a big civic education in this country, educating the whole mass, talking about this. Engage with the police people, engage with the chiefs, talk to the women, tell them there is a law.
Legal frameworks that are key to abandonment of FGM are really key for governments. And what we try and do is ensure that governments understand the situation and what exactly are the impacts and the implications, not only for development, but for the human rights of their citizens. And so this is where we use and work with partners like the parliamentarian groups in governments to really understand the situation. We expose them to platforms with public so that that public discourse can happen and that they can therefore take the right sorts of legal frameworks that allows us to then develop programmatic policies that can help us move forward. And then we hope that through their voices, and again, like Honorable Sofia Abdi, her ability to really work within her systems of legal systems to move this forward. So the ownership must really be with the country.
The girls that we were dealing with were from only one division from Garissa County, or all the whole region. This is a drop in the ocean, the number I'm giving you, compared to the girls whom we were not able to reach to. My vision is in 20 or 30 years to come is to see a society free from female genital mutilation. A society where a woman is a woman and a girl is a girl, and we have a full woman.